Mindset 101. Happy Sunday, everyone. And we're here once again for another word, another thought to ponder, another question to answer, another point of view, another perspective for us to think about, reflect on, and where possible or where necessary to make the changes that we need to make in our respective lives, right? So today I just want to speak a little bit about seasons. And when we think about seasons, especially if we think about, in the Bible, what comes to mind first and foremost, the first scripture is Ecclesiastes 3, which says to us that, for everything, there is a season. And we tend to hear that scripture a lot when we go to funerals. Time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to dig up that which has been planted, You know that scripture. So today I'll ask you, what season of your life are you in now? Are you able to identify the season that you're in? Is it a season of abundance? Is it a season of lack? Is it a season of trials and tribulations? Is it a season of overcoming? What season are you in now? And while you're in that season, what is your posture? Are you still trusting God despite the season you're in? Are you still, having at least that mustard seed faith in God to, know and be assured that whatever the season is now, it's a part of His plan for your life, and it has a purpose? Are you trusting God with that? And are you preparing yourself for the season that you're in? And sometimes when we're in the season of abundance, we're happy because in that place, everything that we think we want, everything that we desire, and everything is coming to fruition, everything is going good, everything is happening how we would want it to happen. But then when the season of lack comes, or the season of trials and tribulations, there's always this thought process of, why me? But we weren't asking why when we were in the season of abundance, but now that we're in the difficult period, we're saying, why me? Why is this happening? But as it is with anything in life, there's the ups and there's the downs. And think about it. If it is that you're not down, then you can't go up. So everything works together, and we just always have to remember that everything is working together for our good. Whether we see it now, we just have to accept that in our season of lack and in our season of plenty, everything in those seasons is working together for our good. In our season of favor and in our season of trials and tribulations, it is all working together for good. So we just have to be accepting of the season that we're in and be content in that moment. Sometimes we really don't understand why we're in the season that we're in, but what I'll encourage you to do is do the introspection too. Sometimes we're in a particular season because of disobedience. God has been impressing on us to do certain things, and we choose to do things our own way instead of doing it how He has instructed us to go about it. So, we get caught up in what I'd like to say are like a chastisement. And the Bible does tell us that God chastises those that He loves. So even when it is that, we're getting our whipping, it's our whipping out of love. Nothing else but love for us, right? So sometimes we have to do the introspection to see, okay, why is it that I am stuck in this season that I'm stuck in? And in that moment we have to take your lessons from it, because sometimes after a season of drought there's going to be some kind of elevation. So you have to take your lessons from the season that you're in, so that it can help you in your new season. Once the new is birthed, then you are prepared and you are ready to enter into that season. And think about it, even with the natural seasons, we prepare for those, because you're not going to be wearing your summer clothes in the winter. You're going to ensure that you go and get your winter clothes so that you can stay warm. So it's the same concept, it's the same principle, depending on the season that you're in your life. You continue preparing for when the change comes, because if there's one thing that is constant in this life, it is change. So prepare for when the change comes, right? So you might be in your rainy season now, but you know that at some point in time the sun must come back out. It's not going to rain every day. So I just want to encourage you guys that no matter the season that you're in now, don't allow it to get you bent out of shape. Don't allow you to lose your faith in God. Don't allow it to make you question and ask where is God, and lose your trust in him and his plan for your life. Whatever your season is, accept it with grace. Be content in the moment. Try and look for the lessons in the season that you're in. Try and look for the blessing in the season that you're in. And sometimes based on the things that are going on in our lives, we really ask the question, is there a blessing in everything that I'm going through right now? But I am here to encourage you and let you know that even when the seas are rough and it's raging, and you're wondering what is the blessing in all this, trust and believe that even then there is a blessing. Trust and believe that sometimes when we're going through the hills and the valleys, and we're going through the turmoil, it's building our character. It is building us in a way that sometimes we don't even recognize and we don't appreciate. But if it is that we have never had certain experiences in our lives, then we can't get the experience from it. We can't get the lesson from it. And if it presents itself at another time, we don't know how to deal with it, because we have never been there before. We have never had that experience. So it's like it's new to us, and then you start to panic. So everything that happened in your life has a purpose. You might not understand it in that moment, but it has a purpose. So just always try to look for what it is that I'm supposed to learn in this situation. What is it that I'm supposed to take away from the season that I'm in, right? And I encourage you, whatever the season that you're in now, I encourage you, continue trusting God. Continue believing that everything is working for your good. Continue knowing that at the right time, he's going to shift it. The season will change. So it might look gloomy now, but your sunshine is coming. So continue believing in that it can't rain every day and it won't rain forever. So just continue keeping your faith in God and knowing and believing that at the right time, he's going to make it happen for you. He's going to change that season for you. And you will see as to why you had to go through what you were going through. So just continue looking at your season now that you're in as a building of your character, right? And just continue trusting God to change it when the time is right. So have a blessed week, guys, and just remain content in your season that you're in. Keep the faith, keep trusting God, and know that he will bring about the change when the time is right. All right, have a blessed week.